Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Well, who's sick of winning so far?
That guy.
Keith is sick. Are you sick of winning, Keith?
I'm an Atlanta sports fan. I could never get sick of winning because it doesn't happen.
Okay. Well, it's happening right now in this country. The latest is that they want to cut the federal workforce to essential employees only.
I mean,
Two? We got two? We're down to two?
it's a constitutional crisis.
Yeah, it is.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Thank you for pointing that out.
You're welcome.
Yeah. It's a threat to democracy. And I guess our bureaucracy must stay at its current level. In fact, no, it must increase
Yes,
at an
thank you.
exponential pace
Thank you.
in perpetuity. So anything short of that is a constitutional crisis. Yeah. Wow. Well, I mean, we're trying to restore constitutional principles, trying to return to what the founders set up in this country, which we haven't been following for a really long time. And it's fascinating to watch the Democrats complain and cry and scream and yell about it every single day. There are currently more than 400 agencies and sub-agencies in the federal government. And they note that the sheer amount of federal workers led to $300 billion in salary spending in 2022. $300 billion just on people's salaries. So imagine if we cut it to just essential people who had to be there. You could save probably hundreds of billions of dollars right there.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's going on, but I love it. And let's just hope that they continue and, start impeaching judges that are trying to derail this effort.
Absolutely.
These guys are despicable.
Yeah.
And you talk about judicial overreach. Wow.
No kidding.
Yeah. Representative Eli Crane of Arizona has already filed articles of impeachment against that judge.
Oh, did he?
Who blocked. They're
Nice.
moving fast.
Good.
And then, you had the stupid judge saying, you've got to restore these web pages.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
You? Who are you?
are we talking about?
Who are you? Go
Wow.
away, bro.
Can I get you some fries with this order? I mean, how about a Happy Meal? Yeah. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, and I mean, again, they are moving quickly, not only the Trump team, but Republicans in many cases. But I just love to see that we've already fired 4 FEMA officials that okayed that $59 million to house illegals in luxury hotels
Was
in
it
New York
only
City.
59?
That was the...
Okay. I thought it was more, but whatever.
It was
doesn't matter.
$59 million.
Okay.
Yeah, but they circumvented the DHS leadership, and they're out. See ya.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
You don't get to do that anymore.
Nope. Here we've got our own citizens legally here and have been here for their whole lives, and they're suffering like crazy in North Carolina. Still.
Yeah.
And living out in little huts and tents and things, and FEMA pulled completely out of the area pretty much for the most part. And instead, they're focusing on sending $59 million in payments to a luxury hotel so that illegal aliens can stay there. Despicable. How do you even live with yourself?
Yeah, but don't forget, Trump got in there and FEMA took care of 80% of the claims in 5 days that the Biden administration couldn't handle over 5 months.
That's staggering.
It sure is.
And it shows you how one administration operates when Americans are suffering and how the other one does.
Yep. Yeah, who's compassionate here? Who's the bleeding heart here? I think the guy who's actually trying to do something to help people. Last night, the Republican-led Senate was supposed to vote to confirm Tulsi Gabbard as the next director of national intelligence, as we talked about yesterday, but the Senate called off the vote.
Yeah, it was
they had
cold.
a dusting of snow.
It was cold.
Nick
yeah.
Snorter. Look at that.
So,
There it is.
There it is. There's a...
Oh, you can't
there's
possibly...
no way. You can't function.
You can't function like that.
I mean, what is it, Dallas?
Right.
If it's Dallas-Fort Worth, I understand.
You would understand this.
Do you know the last snowfall in Washington, D.C. before this one was like last week. Like clear back. How
people
old
that
were
don't
you?
remember.
I can't remember that.
Last week, nobody can remember.
I
They're
can't.
like, "Oh, son, let me tell you about something that happened clear back last week."
That might be accurate. Have you seen some of the people in
I have.
Oh yeah,
have.
That's a good
DC
point.
politics?
Tough to get that wheelchair through that snow.
Right.
It is. It is. People couldn't even open their doors, at home because they were snowed in so hard. I mean, that's almost a trace right there.
That is.
It's almost a trace.
I'm not ready to pop the champagne, but Marc
Look at
Wayne
that.
Mullins.
Stop showing that. It's so
Oh,
horrible.
look at it's devastating. It's disturbing.
A lot of snow there. If you're listening, it's literally a dusting.
It's a dusting.
It's so Marc Wayne Mullins, the senator from Oklahoma. Again, I'm not going to celebrate yet, but he says 100%. This is a tweet from him. 100% Senate GOP has the votes to confirm Tulsi,
Oh, good.
RFK, and Kash Patel.
Oh, that's a relief. Hope that happens.
We shall see as this week progresses, huh?
I was almost starting to expect Tulsi to be
I
denied
know.
confirmation, but hopefully not.
We'll see, yeah.
Yeah,
I
we'll
don't
see.
have the new schedule, but, I guess when they clear the dusting,
Yeah.
they can try to schedule
Well,
these votes.
it's going to take weeks to get out from under that snowfall. I mean, here in Dallas, we got heavy rain this morning, and
nasty.
almost
30s.
didn't survive that.
I know.
I can't imagine what that dusting was
man.
like in D.C. Anybody else hydroplane on the way here? Like multiple times?
Yes.
No? Okay.
By the
No, I drove the
by
speed
the
limit.
airport.
So
Yeah, I did too.
drove the
I was
speed limit.
under the speed limit
Yeah,
and still
I believe you.
hydroplane.
Yeah,
That reminds me, I need to text my kids. Don't do cruise control when there's water on the road.
That's
Yeah.
what got me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, some good news happened yesterday, though. American school teacher Marc Fogel. You remember his situation? I think he had marijuana on him, right?
Yeah.
Medical marijuana.
Yes.
It's illegal in Russia, so he's been in prison. He went straight to the White House to thank President Trump for getting him out.
Look at that. Look at the clock, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Joe Biden would have been out for 8 hours
Oh
at that
my
point.
gosh, yes.
President Trump
So
greeting
great.
Marc
Well, he was
Fogel,
fortunate to
that
make
is
it with the
Steve
snow.
Witkoff, who
Yeah.
flew to Russia
Yeah, you're
today,
right.
Yeah, look at
met
that
with
light.
Vladimir Putin, and the president meeting him outside the White House, where it is snowing in Washington as we speak. And
Got it.
obviously a very happy moment for
Right?
him. He's draped
Come
with
on,
an
huh?
American flag. Our own Brett Baer.
I mean,
is
that's
with
just
us,
great. I mean, that
Brett.
is an American president right there.
Yeah, no kidding.
And how many people has he gotten released so
Exactly.
far?
A few.
And there's another one coming today.
Yeah, there's more
Yeah.
on the on
Right.
the docket.
Do we know who it is? I didn't see the name of the
No,
person.
they haven't,
yeah,
they haven't said.
inside, Marc Fogel had quite a bit to say. And here's that.
I feel like the luckiest man on earth right now. And
Got a fresh order of pot.
I want you to know that I am not a hero in this at all.
Yeah.
And President
Pause it.
Trump,
Wait, he's not a hero?
He's not a hero in
He had
this.
medical marijuana on him in Russia. Doesn't that make him a hero?
Nope.
Huh, where?
Nope. He doesn't play any professional sports, so he's not a hero.
Right. Now, yeah, Brittany Griner was a hero because
Bingo.
she had marijuana or something, and she was an athlete. So that's the combination you need to have. All right, let him go.
and President Trump is a hero. These men that came from the diplomatic service are heroes. The senators and representatives that passed legislation in my honor to get me home are the heroes. I am in awe of what they all did. My family has been a force. I think my 95-year-old mother is probably
She's the reason.
the most dynamic 95-year-old on earth right now. And I am
Trump fell in
so
love with her.
indebted to so many people. I think I remember a Churchill quote that he said when the RAF was fighting the Luftwaffe, and he said that never have
Sometimes you hear this story.
so many owed so much to so few. And I put myself, fortunately and unfortunately, into that category. And I said, never has one owed so much to so many that this superorganism of people that came to my support
All right.
and the love that I
Welcome
was
back.
given sustained me for 3.5 years in a prison that had me in hospitals for more than 100 days.
Listen to this.
I was given more than 400 injections in that
what?
time.
I don't know.
And
Wow.
knowing I had the support of my fellow Pennsylvanians, my family,
Not Joe
my
Biden.
friends,
No kidding.
Nope.
it
Completely
was
abandoned. By Biden.
so overwhelming that
wow.
it brought me to my knees and it brought me to tears. But it was my energy. It was my being that kept me going that whole time, and I will forever be indebted to President Trump,
Don't touch me.
to Steve over there. What a dynamic man this guy is.
That's true.
Steve Witkoff has been incredible with this stuff.
Keep it
When I
going.
met him,
No doubt.
Let's keep doing
the
it.
energy, the can-do attitude just
Now, apart
exudes.
apart from our tendency to ruin these nice moments,
This awesome.
that is fantastic.
Absolutely.
This is America.
Absolutely.
3.5 years in a Russian prison. That's incredible. For medical marijuana. Okay, I got it. It's
0.6
illegal there and you don't like it.
0.6 ounces.
But he's obviously not dealing to Russian citizens.
Right.
He's not running some pot ring in Moscow. That's ridiculous that he was held for 3.5 years. And Trump, in 3 weeks, got him back.
Yeah, and it's part of
Incredible.
a broader conversation, apparently, I was reading, and I believe it, between D.C. and Moscow on ending the Russian-Ukraine conflict. This is actually part of that, apparently.
Oh, good. I
All,
hope
really?
so.
all of
Yeah,
those
good.
negotiations and talks. So this is bearing fruit already. And to Marc Fogel, I would say, God bless you. I'm glad you're back safely. You can send your thank you cards to those that voted Trump in.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Otherwise, you'd still be
You're going to get a
languishing over
little
there.
bit of writer's cramp signing all of those cards because there's a few. There's quite a few. You might have to go back to, I don't know, the drugstore and get some more Hallmark cards.
Definitely.
Because you're going to need a
I
lot
was
of them.
thinking about he's going to need some drugs too, but go ahead.
And some drugs.
But go ahead. Sure, cards. Yeah.
Good stuff.
How's he doing it? It's incredible, right? How are you doing this? The amount of issues that he's paying attention to and doing something about,
Telling you.
and then actually getting these things done.
I was just listening to an
It's
interview.
incredible.
With, one lady that works for him. Gosh darn it, what's her name? And she talked about the energy at the White House is.
Oh, on
Nonstop.
fire? Yeah, I bet. I'll bet.
I mean, we've seen pictures. You know, I've seen pictures of the Oval with the lights on at 5:30 in the morning, and you know the caption is "The man's up working."
Jeez. Well, and that was 10:30 last night.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he greeted him. Didn't it say it was 10:30 when he greeted him
Yeah.
at the
Well,
airport?
I was just looking at the clock in the
Timestamp
corner
for
there.
Fox. Yeah.
Yeah. So then they went in and had this little get together and a little ceremony. It must have been midnight before he even got done with this.
Yeah.
It's really something.
Love it.
Yeah, I mean, again, we've never seen anything like it. There's never been a president with a start like this. Not even Obama with his bad agenda of transforming America in just 5 days. Well, he was 5 days away from transforming America. It really was taking Joe Biden to finish that transformation. He certainly tried.
Well, and we talked about it before, but the him being Donald Trump being off for 4 years really helped.
I think he's
Really
been
helped.
planning all of this the whole
he was
time.
able to. He looked back and saw where the muck was,
Right.
and he was able to picture that. And it took 4 years, and we're going to hit the ground running.
Well, he promised us a draining of the swamp back then and wasn't able to accomplish it.
Right.
So he's been planning on fixing that ever since.
So we know of at
great.
least 10 other Americans who remain behind bars in Russia But
10 just in Russia?
right, and
Wow.
we don't know who, but someone is going to be released later today from Russia back to America.
Wow.
Okay.
And then you've got the American hostages in the Gaza. Hamas has, I think, two that are
release those bad boys.
Two that are living, and now Netanyahu is picking up where Trump left off and saying, "Yeah, war starts again Saturday. If you don't return the hostages, the war starts again." Noon Saturday.
And if they don't turn it back, I mean, Netanyahu's not going to have Biden holding the reins this time. Right. There's going to be some.
That's right.
There might be some damage. You think it's rubble now?
Yeah, I do think it's rubble now. I do.
Really?
Yeah. We're going to make rubble out of the rubble.
But I think that needs to be emphasized. How you just said that now you've got Netanyahu on board saying, "Yep, it's that Saturday deadline."
Yeah.
I mean, it's Trump and America leading the way again.
Right, which is as it should be, of course. That's the way it's been for centuries now, and we relegated that to China the last 4 years.
We did.
And man, did they take advantage of it.
They sure did. And even
there's a new sheriff in town.
There is a new sheriff in town, and there's a new deputy sheriff. I mean, JD was at this AI conference. And
I love him.
He laid,
So
for a
great.
15-minute speech, and that speech was awesome.
Yep.
There was a few things in there I don't know that I necessarily agree with, but the overall emphasis, my first thought really was, good luck Kamala Harris doing that speech as a vice president. And second, he was laying the law down of America is the leader.
Yeah, we need to look at clip 16 here.
You need to calm down
he
a little.
basically, to your point, Jeffy, he tells Europe, why don't you watch your relationship with China without saying China?
Right.
This is good. Clip 16.
Now, we've also watched as hostile foreign adversaries have weaponized AI software to rewrite history, surveil users, and censor speech. This is hardly new, of course. As they do with other tech, some authoritarian regimes have stolen and used AI to strengthen their military, intelligence, and surveillance capabilities, capture foreign data, and create propaganda to undermine other nations' national security. I want to be clear. This administration will block such efforts, full stop. We will safeguard American AI and chip technologies from theft and misuse, work with our allies and partners to strengthen and extend these protections, and close pathways to adversaries attaining AI capabilities that threaten all of our people. And I would also remind our international friends here today that partnering with such regimes, it never pays off in the long term. From CCTV to 5G equipment, we're all familiar with cheap tech in the marketplace that's been heavily subsidized and exported by authoritarian regimes. But as I know, and I think some of us in this room have learned from experience, partnering with them means chaining your nation to an authoritarian master that seeks to infiltrate, dig in, and seize your information infrastructure. Should a deal seem too good to be true, just remember the old adage that we learned in Silicon Valley: if you aren't paying for the product, you are the product.
Think about it.
Okay. I mean, really appropriate. And we really need to put that hammer down, because everybody's making a big deal out of this new Chinese AI, the DeepSeek, I think they call it.
Yeah.
Where'd they get that technology? Us. They stole it. They stole it from us. As they do most of their tech.
They created it for cheap.
Right.
On the cheap. It's good.
Yeah. They got the technology, though, from us. That makes it a little easier to finish that product for less money.
Huh.
Yeah, when you steal the technology.
And in that speech, I mean, he made it clear that the United States and Europe need to be partners in the advancement of AI. But, bro, you guys get in bed with China, you're going to be on your own. So don't be coming back to us later. I like it. Yeah. Again, Marc out front.
Yes, absolutely. Most importantly in that speech was America out front and saying, we're in charge. Okay, you can calm down there, Frenchies.
We're not going to turn over our leadership to Guatemala?
We are not. We're not doing that.
Well, I mean, what about the Congo?
Ooh, there's a thought. No.
Yeah. No? All right. Well, certainly China. I mean, you got to believe China would lead the world.
Again,
properly,
that's
right?
a great thought, but
no. Okay. Earlier in the day, President Trump invited the press into the Oval Office where he was hanging out with Elon Musk and one of Elon Musk's sons.
You okay? This is
Oh, look at that.
This is X.
It's adorable.
It's X.
high IQ.
That's X.
He's a high IQ individual.
I got this cool chain. It's gone.
So thank you very much. We had a busy day today. The king just left, and we've had a great discussion. Terrific discussion.
Terrific.
Concerning
Beautiful. Was
Gaza.
it beautiful? It was terrific. It was a beautiful discussion with the King of Jordan. Was it, though? I mean, the Jordanian Egyptian thing really bugs me. Because they don't want anything to do with the Palestinians.
he said they're going to take the sick kids, right?
Yeah, we got clips from that get together if you want.
Okay, let's.
You want
let's
to
see 'em.
jump back over there?
Sure.
Okay, so let's go to I don't know, 10, clip 10.
Which goes a
You
little
know what a
something
bully is,
like
right?
this.
You know what a bully is.
The bully, I've always, and I found it throughout my life, a bully
Uh-huh.
is the weakest person.
Right.
And they're bullies. Hamas is bullies. The weakest people are bullies. You know that, right?
All right, so there you go.
Okay.
Do you know that? Do you know that or not?
I do now.
Let's see here.
I do now.
Is clip 11 from that same thing, or is not? I don't know. Clip 11 from that same meeting, or no?
If you have a contract.
No, that's not. Sorry, stop. It's not. These got it out of order here. 14, you say, Chris? 14. Oh, this is the clip that you're talking about, Jeffy. Yep.
One of the things that we can do right away is take 2,000 children that are either cancer children or in very ill state to Jordan as quickly as possible, and then wait for, I think, the Egyptians to present their plan on how we can work with the president to work on the Gaza challenges.
I want to tell you, excuse me, Wade.
Very generous.
I didn't know that, what you just said, 2,000 children with cancer or other problems. And that's really a beautiful gesture. That's really good, and we appreciate it.
Yeah.
Very
Well, there
cool.
you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then just real quick.
Real-time reaction.
Exactly.
I love that about Donald Trump.
And 13 is the King of Jordan.
Before we get to that, I just want to make it clear that obviously we can't possibly take the Palestinians into our territory. But what we will do.
Okay, tell us.
Here's what we will do. I am prepared to promise to provide lollipops and suckers for the kids when they come in for a dentist appointment in some other country.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
That's
Okay,
awesome.
I am prepared to make you that generous offer.
I wasn't
right now.
aware of that. Thank you.
That's awesome.
So we appreciate
I
it.
just want to make that clear before we get to the next clip.
Welcome to Egypt. Would you like a Jordanian
Lollipop?
lollipop?
Yeah, of course they will. They're supposed to be delicious. And so they're not scrimping on the aid they're giving to the Palestinians. This is so pathetic.
Well, but it's not, what do you mean? It's nice of them because they're helping. They're helping.
Yeah, they're
and what better
helpers.
way to help than
They're
take
helpers.
the sick kids?
Yep.
So everybody got their lollipops?
Yeah.
Everybody good?
I think they got them.
How many licks does it take? Okay, so this next clip, this is ever since Trump late last week with Netanyahu standing next to him shocked the world by saying, yeah, we're going to take over Gaza. It's kind of been, depending on who you talk to in the administration, this administration has done a good job of staying on point, regardless of who you're talking to. But there was like, wait, is the U.S. going to be in charge of Gaza? Who's actually going to run this show? And even the Jordanian king even knows at this point. Clip 13.
And Mr. President, take it under what authority? It is sovereign territory.
Under the U.S. authority.
Yeah, the U.S. authority. Maybe you didn't hear me. What don't you understand about that?
How many times do I have to say it?
But I like how he made sure to say that in front of a Middle Eastern leader.
Yeah.
Under U.S. authority. Yeah.
Takes some giblets, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Yeah, thanks for the kids and everything, but it's under U.S. authorities.
I mean,
so
that was cute. That was a
calm
cute
down.
little lollipop offer.
I hadn't heard
like
that before. That's a nice gesture. I appreciate it. But
I don't know that I want the United States military.
I don't.
Come on.
anywhere
I
else
don't.
overseas,
Mara-
especially the Middle East.
Gaza would be wonderful.
Mara Gaza.
It would be wonderful, man.
It's not Magaza.
It could be Magaza, sure. Whatever, however you want to do it.
I don't know. It's that's an interesting one.
That's
a tough one.
Yep.
What are
Anyway,
you supposed to do? Just leave it in
was a
rubble?
very
it's a
busy
beautiful
day.
piece of land.
Well, we're going to leave it to them to figure that out. That's my proposal. How about you guys figure this out for a change? Is that possible? And apparently not.
No,
it's not. We got to take care of everything. So we rebuilt Europe after World War II. I guess we're going to rebuild the Middle East now after this particular war.
Neat.
So
Cool.
just keeps happening.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, other people will pay for it. It's just going to be under U.S. authority.
Okay.
Which calm down.
Then it's fine. Yeah. I thought it was fairly calm, but no?
No.
No. All right.
You want to get back to Elon and the Oval?
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
Did he have more?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Trump turned the floor over to him it was about 20 minutes of just him fielding questions. So clip 4 on the deficit.
And we've also got to address the deficit. So we've got a $2 trillion deficit. And if we don't do something about this deficit, the country's going bankrupt. I mean, it's really astounding that the interest payments alone on the national debt exceed the Defense Department budget, which is shocking because we've got we spend a lot of money on defense. But and if that just keeps going, we're essentially going to bankrupt the country. So what I really want to say is, like, it's not optional for us to reduce the federal expenses. It's essential. It's essential for America to remain solvent as a country, and it's essential for America to have the resources necessary to provide things to its citizens and not simply be servicing vast amounts of debt.
Isn't that something?
You don't have to add anything to that. I mean, it's just obviously true, right? And you can't argue that point.
No.
You can't say, well, no, we're not that big in debt. $36 trillion, that's hardly anything. Yeah. What are you supposed to say to that?
You're supposed
Just
to say
coming from that unelected billionaire.
Yeah, you're supposed to say
that's the only thing you can say.
Elon Musk can see my Social Security number now. Is he going to go and cash my Social Security? What is he going to do with your Social Security number? The guy's the richest man in the world. He's going to go and take your check from you.
Well, he might give it to one of those 19-year-old kids that's working with him.
Right.
Yeah.
By the way, I love this. This kind of got, and there's been just so much news. USAID staffers showed up for work in Washington headquarters and were immediately turned away after the Trump administration stripped the aid agency of its lease. So the judge, ordered they keep their jobs, but Trump took their workplace. So
the speed at which this is happening, they've already taken down the name of the building.
Yeah, it's done.
Sorry, there is no USAID.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So, what are you showing up for?
So much winning.
It's incredible.
That's awesome.
Seriously, it is hard to believe. I mean, I think I mentioned on Glenn's show yesterday, a friend at church on Sunday asked me, how are you keeping up with all this?
I know.
And the answer is, I'm not.
You don't.
You can't.
This is
it's impossible.
Opposite of what we went through for 4 years.
Yeah.
It was the same effect, but with a different emotion.
Right.
This is so good.
Taking care of so many issues on so many different fronts, you really do have. It's Sophie's choice. You got to pick and choose what you're going to talk about because it's too much. Yeah. We'd be talking about hundreds and hundreds of changes already in 3 weeks. It's mind-boggling. Yeah. So, I mean, even things like, the straws that we drink out of.
Right.
Even those kinds of issues he's already addressed.
You should not have given the man time to organize.
Yeah,
Right.
You should have let him take office when he won the last election.
Democrats are thinking. Democrats are thinking, man, we should have just.
We should have let it
Let
happen.
him have it.
Let it happen.
Let him have it.
Because they don't know, and we've got a clip late. I mean, they don't know how to react to this. And we'll get back to the Elon Musk at the Oval Office fielding questions yesterday. Mm-hmm. He dropped some knowledge that I don't know who knew this thing existed.
I can't wait. Because he's done that a lot.
Really good.
He's done it a lot.
Yeah.
We had no idea that so much of this was going on behind the scenes and behind our backs. And in this deep state swamp that we're trying to root out. So this is really valuable. Again, it's saving America. It's saving the United States
Feels
of America.
Feels good for a change, right?
Sure does. All right, we will chew the fat with Jeffy coming up.
Unleashed.
Had some tweets for you. Joplin Steve tweets, I just had thunder snow. Don't you wish you could have that in the DFW?
No.
No, not really.
Snow's
You'd
fun.
like thunder snow?
Yeah.
From B.S. Mariani, there was more snow in the White House during Biden's administration than on the streets of D.C. last night.
I don't get it.
That's a little reference.
Actually, pretty close to true.
Yeah, probably. Dirty Meal 94. So they can get Fogel to the White House at 10:30 in the snow, but senators can't take their underground train to the Capitol. Right?
That's perfect. Good point.
Unrepentant thought criminal. Can't help but notice that the Trump-Vance administration is really a throft of extra-large balls.
There's no doubt about that.
No, sure is. Lone Wolf 2965. Trump. The king just left. Jeffy. Wait, Trump met with Elvis? Yes, he's an Elvis fan. That's right. And he's here.
I mean, he is truly the only king.
Yeah, no.
Just saying.
No. That's not even true in an earthly sense. Didn't you just say there's 43
43 monarchs still ruling worldwide.
43. But how many of those are pretend make-believe, like Great Britain?
Yeah, 41,
I think Jordan, I think he's actually in charge.
Yeah.
Right? The king there?
We call those kings trans kings. They're just playing the role of king. They're not really king.
All right, let's chew the fat with Elvis fan Jeffy.
Introducing It don't get bigger than him, so don't even try. He mentions Alex's first name, hear that gun cock. Followed by his last, you know it's that hammer drop. He ain't from the mean streets, but he's got cred. He's got a few scams to help you get your bread. I know the fat hands that's out there waiting, so I'ma put an end to this anticipation. Now I'ma pass this mic to my main man Jeffy. It's time to chew the fat. I hope y'all ready.
I like it.
Fury and energy, man. Some good stuff, bro.
Better than our halftime show with Kendrick Lamar, that's for sure.
I'm beginning to actually be concerned a little over this asteroid 2024YR4. It's been revised again.
No, because it just went up to, like, what was it?
Okay, so
1%?
2 weeks ago was 1.6%.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Then they said, you know what? It's a 1.9% chance.
Yes.
What?
Then they said, you know what? It's a 2.3% chance.
Yeah.
Now it's been revised to 2.4% chance of striking Earth in 2032. Now they have not revised the year of possible impact yet. I know that still gives us like a 97.6% chance that it'll miss us. And NASA's Center for Near-Earth Object Studies head Paul Chodas, we're not worried at all, but it deserves attention. Oh, okay. I feel like they keep revising it a little by little to lessen our concern. Yeah, now they claim that it's 130 and 330 feet, this asteroid. However, they also claim that they are not really sure. When you dig deep into their stories, it's like, yeah, it might be bigger. This is the only light that reflects. So we kind of
might be bigger than a football field,
might be
Pat.
bigger.
It might be whatever.
And
So-
is it as far as we know right now? It's not an extinction level event, but I don't want it hitting DFW.
No, I don't want to hit it anywhere.
Remind us when it's supposed to hit
some
again.
places I'm okay.
When it's supposed to go by,
but not DFW. 2032.
Okay.
So we should be able to shoot something at it. Right?
Something,
You would
yeah.
think.
Somebody needs to send something up, and
Wow.
But I mean, we've learned from the documentary that you can't fire nukes at her because she'll just keep coming, laugh at you.
Yeah.
Like when you.
That was pretty big.
You put firecrackers in your hand.
I'm thinking this might break apart, right? If it's a football field and you hit it with a nuke,
put firecrackers in your hand, you set them, open it up, they explode. What happens? You burn a little bit.
Yeah.
Close your fist. Now your wife's opening the ketchup bottles for you the rest of your life. We got a drill.
Send somebody up there.
Is that a Bruce Willis line?
Drill. That's from the documentary Armageddon. Yes.
Right. Okay.
But I love how Pat goes, it's got to break apart. Right? I feel like we're going to be talking about this stupid this asteroid for the next
2024 YR4.
7 years.
They need to come up with a catchier name.
Jeffy's going to be sitting here like...
They've just revised it again. Yeah. It's 98% chance.
What's going to happen? You're just going to give us...
I know. That's why I'm concerned.
I am too.
They want us to feel at ease, and then it's going to be, it's coming, or you're going to get hit.
Well, it's revised 4 times in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's a little frightening.
It is.
I mean, the Patriots had a less percentage chance of winning that Super Bowl that they came back and won than this asteroid has hitting us.
About that. Okay, your man Ozzy Osbourne having one last Ozzy Black Sabbath concert at the UK Birmingham's Villa Park on July 5th this year in their final show ever, titled Back to the Beginning. Ozzy's going to be on stage again with the original members, first time since 2005.
That'll be good.
All the heavy hitters. It will be shredders and headbangers are going to be there. Metallica, Slayer, Pantera, and Rage Against the Machine. Tommy Morello is going to be the music director. He said it's the greatest heavy metal show ever. So tickets go on sale Friday. Happy Valentine's Day.
Is Tony Iommi going to be with him?
Yeah.
Wow.
Profits from the show will go to equal to Cure Parkinson's charities, Birmingham's Children's Hospital, Acorns Children's Hospitals, and we'll break it up because Ozzy's got Parkinson's really bad now.
Oh, he does.
He admitted.
I hadn't heard that
on his site on his Sirius XM show, Ozzy's Boneyard, that he can no longer walk.
Oh, no.
He said, I made it to 2025. I can't walk, but you know what I was thinking over the holidays? For all my complaining, I'm still alive. I may be moaning that I can't walk, but I look down the road and there's people that didn't do half as much as me and didn't make it. So I can't wait for the video. I don't necessarily, I'm not going to make it to the show in the United Kingdom, but I'll watch the video.
And when is it?
July 5th.
All right.
July 5th. A new study has raised concerns about the potential vision issues for people using GLP-1 weight loss drugs like the semaglutide Wegovy Ozempic and the tirzepatide Mounjaro Zepbound. Some people reported eye problems after taking these medications. So the experts, still unclear whether the drugs directly cause the issues. Researchers examined 9 individuals in their 50s and 60s who developed serious vision problems using the GLP medications. 7 of them were diagnosed with non-arteritic anterior ischemic optic neuropathy. You don't want that.
No.
A condition where blood vessels fail to deliver enough blood to the optic nerve, leading to sudden and irreversible vision loss. So the study was published in JAMA Ophthalmology, which, I mean, you can't tear me away from that.
I just got the swimsuit edition in the mail yesterday.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So that was great.
Led by this Dr. Bradley Katz from the John A. Moran Eye Center at the University of Utah Health. He first identified the issue when one of his patients lost vision in one eye after starting semaglutide, and then they stopped it, and then they started it again, and then he got vision loss in the other eye.
Oof.
So he, alarmed by this, he reached out to other ophthalmists, and they said, eye doctors. They found similar cases, and that's where they started seeing this problem. So not enough info yet to really say that that's the issue, but keep your eyes open.
That usually doesn't stop us from banning things.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Very little research on the red number 5 thing. Or red 3.
Yep.
It's red
Gotta
number 3.
go.
But it's banned.
Gotta go.
Okay.
It's terrible.
Whatever. I mean, they don't even know.
Correct.
They suspect a few things. Cancer in lab rats.
With huge doses.
Yeah. Right. And the other thing was, what was the other? Oh, ADHD in children. That's what they came up with. So they don't even know for sure, though. They just suspect.
All right.
Ban it all. Ban it all. I do want our food sources to be purer and cleaner. Though.
Absolutely. I do.
So,
I do as well.
Yeah.
I know. That's a tough line to walk.
It is. But because clearly something's going on.
Yes.
We've got weird diseases and, intellectual problems and
I would say it's more microplastics, but that's just
maybe.
me.
Yeah.
That's just I'm not a
You're not a doctor.
I'm not a doctor or a scientist, so I'm just throwing it out there. Hey, be sure to subscribe to my daily show, Chewing the Fat, available wherever you get your podcasts. Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher. Rate and review where possible. Fort Bragg is back, baby. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, on his way to Germany to meet the troops, changed it back from Fort Liberty.
Yeah! There it is. Pursuant to the authority of the Secretary of Defense, Title 10, United States Code, Section 113, I direct the Army to change the name of Fort Liberty, North Carolina to Fort Bragg, North Carolina. That's right. Bragg is back.
Now, Biden changed it in June of 2023 because it was named after that damn Confederate General Braxton Bragg, but no longer. And even to troll the left even more from the Trump administration and our Secretary of Defense, the name change honors Army Private First Class Roland L. Bragg, a World War II veteran awarded the Silver Star and Purple Heart for his extraordinary bravery during the Battle of the Bulge.
Yes!
Not that bastard Confederate general.
Nice! I love it. So now if you want to change it, you're dishonoring the memory of a World War II hero.
Yeah.
Genius.
Awesome. Today's Chewing the Fat brought to you by Kexi Cookies, simply the best cookies on the planet. Get them before the asteroid hits. Kexi.com.
Yesterday we were offering 10% off, and I think that's still good. Check out the website. I think it is.
KEKSI.com. Two more things, really, that make me appreciate President Donald Trump even more, along with everything else that he's doing that we are having a tough time keeping up with.
Thing one.
One, he told the New York Post on Friday that he isn't interested in throwing Prince Harry out of the country. Harry can breathe easy. He can hang out in Montecito. Because Harry's immigration status is the subject of litigation in D.C. with the Heritage Foundation, alleging that he may have concealed past illegal drug use that should have disqualified him from obtaining a U.S. visa. And Trump said, I'll leave him alone.
Yeah.
He's got enough problems with his wife.
I like that they were even stressing about it.
She's terrible.
I don't think she is, but I'm not married to her.
She's
We never played that clip, where he was talking about Harry being whipped.
Well, yeah, that's separate from this.
Right.
This was just an interview with the New York Post. The other times when he talked to Pierce about Harry being whipped, and he quotes, he'd been listening to Chewing the Fat because he's talking about their divorce, and which is what we covered on Chewing the Fat a long time ago. So I appreciate Donald Trump listening to Chewing the Fat, by the way. He also is going to, this is not in my stories, but he also is going to get rid of the penny, which we covered on Chewing the Fat prior to him doing it. So I thank the president for listening to Chewing the Fat. Means a lot. And then there was the Super Bowl. He took his daughter Ivanka and his grandson Theo to the game, and Ivanka posted this on her X account. How it started, heading to the Super Bowl, and then after the game, sound asleep in the beast. He left it all on the field, and it just makes me appreciate him even more. That's all.
They're real.
Yes.
As opposed to the previous occupants.
Absolutely. Speaking of the Super Bowl, the numbers are in. Averaged a record-setting 127.7 million viewers across all platforms.
Wow. Doesn't matter who's playing.
Encompassing broadcast TV, streaming, and apps. The final figure is a mix including Nielsen's measurements for Fox and the two Spanish-language broadcasts, Fox Deportes and Telemundo, as well as Fox-provided numbers for Tubi and NFL analytics for viewership on apps like NFL Plus. So some of the increase can be attributed to the change in the way viewers are counted. This year, Nielsen is measuring the out-of-home viewers for all states but Hawaii and Alaska. Nobody cares about them. They don't count. But Fox said the game peaked in the second quarter between 8 and 8:15 Eastern, 137.7 million. Were tuned into the game, and then Tubi hit a record high of 14.5 million viewers. That was a free stream for them, and even the halftime show then broke records with Kendrick Lamar's performance, earning an average of 133.5 million viewers, thus making it the most watched Super Bowl halftime performance in history. Look for the commercial rates to increase. I mean, some companies were paying $8 million for a 30-second spot. Next year, NBC and Peacock air the Super Bowl from San Francisco or Santa Clara, California. And that's 2 days after the Winter Olympics begins, which is airing on NBC and Peacock. So, we can do a nice bundle package. Get you into the Olympics and the Super Bowl. How about that? $20 million. What do you say? What do you say we hook that up? That might be a good move for, companies like O'Kexy. The official Olympic cookie.
Yeah, we could easily.
The official Super Bowl cookie. I'm
probably
all about
get
that.
4 or 5 commercials.
I want to be in the
Super Bowl.
Kexy box. I'll tell you that for the Super Bowl. Thank you. Let's make that happen. Speaking of numbers, too, you see where Disney had their earnings report, and Disney Plus lost 700,000 subscribers.
Did it? That's wow. Good. Serves them right.
Now they still, obviously
serves them right. Millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions.
124.6 million subscribers.
Okay,
but they lost 700,000. I mean, that's not a sneeze.
No, that's a lot.
And Iger said, that subscriber loss results were not as severe as we had anticipated.
Oh, cool.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Bob. Thanks.
I wonder if that has anything to do with the fact that they're backing off DEI programs now.
Oh, I don't.
Even they are starting to back off the DEI.
They are. And they're changing. Some of the movie warnings on some of their older movies now too.
Are they?
Yeah. And I don't know the specifics on
like
which
Song
ones
of the South kind of stuff.
Yeah. But they were changing that on the site too.
There.
So
they need to bring that back.
Okay.
PBS, by the way, off of President Trump's executive order shutting down its DEI office as well.
Wow. Nice.
I love it. Just so much winning, man.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah. Oh, you're not tired of winning? Because I thought for sure you were.
That's good stuff, man.
Okay.
That's a good bit.
And then yesterday, Jeffy, I don't know if you got this too, but the VA sent me a notification that they have removed gender identity due to Executive Order 14166.
Nice.
Wow.
Wait, I got another bit of winning here, if I may, Jeffy. The Associated Press is not allowed to cover events in the Oval Office until
they're pissed
until they update their editorial
style.
AP style to include Gulf of America.
Yeah, not Gulf of Mexico. That's awesome. Because you played it yesterday where he signed the document, but he declared February 9th, which was Super Bowl Sunday when he was on his way to the Super Bowl, as Gulf of America Day.
Gulf of America Day.
We're just winning.
Oh, by the way,
just winning.
East Texas Ryan, he told us, we were asking, why is it so muddy? Why is the Gulf of America so muddy around Texas? And he says it's the ship channel. All that stuff gets churned up coming out of the ship channel there in Houston.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
There you go.
Thanks for the oceanographer update.
Okay. More coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome. Got some tweets here from Indy Hawkeye. The asteroid has a 2.4% chance to hit the Earth, even though there's a 50% chance that stat is correct.
Too much math. Y'all.
So I don't know if that's good or bad, frankly.
What do you mean 50% chance that the stat is correct?
Don't look into this, Jeff.
Yeah.
Just let it go.
Okay.
You'll have to ask him. Ask Indy Hawkeye. Paco D, Fort Bragg, Gulf of America. Big sign is really doing well right now.
I was thinking that. They're having to switch. I mean...
we should start that
normally
on the internet. This is all about big sign right now.
That's a great term. But I was thinking that, banana republics end up switching back and forth on stuff like this. But this we're just righting the ship. We're just correcting our course.
Yeah.
We need to stay on it now.
Yeah, it has to be done.
A big sign. We had to get back to Fort Bragg.
Exactly.
Now we got Gulf of America signs. I mean, holy cow.
And the Department of the USAID office.
They're scoring big.
Funny stuff.
They're
scoring big. That's what this is all about.
I'm not giving any investment advice, but big sign.
So President Trump and Elon Musk addressed like a gaggle of reporters yesterday in the Oval Office. And he also addressed, Elon Musk, fraudulent payments throughout the U.S. government, which we've been discovering a ton of. But it's throughout, including Social Security. Listen to the retirement cave he talks about here.
So if people receive money, they don't complain, obviously. But if people don't receive money, they do complain.
Listen.
And the fraudsters complain the loudest and the fastest.
Yep.
So
Democrats.
Then when you understand that, then it makes sense. Oh, that's why everything they approve all the payments at Treasury. Because if you approve all the payments, you don't get complaints.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. But now we're saying that no, actually we are going to complain if money is spent badly, if your taxpayer dollars are not spent in a sensible and frugal manner, then that's not okay.
Thank you so much.
Your tax dollars need to be spent wisely on things that matter to the people. I mean, these things, it's just common sense. It's not
right.
It's not draconian or radical. I think it's really just saying, let's look at each of these expenditures and say, is this actually in the best interest of the people? And if it is, it's approved. If it's not, we should think about it.
That's a radical idea.
Crazy talk.
And there's crazy things like just cursory examination of Social Security, and we've got people in there that are 150 years old. Now, do you know anyone who's 150? I don't. Okay. They should be on the Guinness Book of World Records. They're missing out. So, that's a case where, I think they're probably dead. It's my guess. Or they should be very famous. One of the two.
They should be very famous.
And then there's a whole bunch of Social Security payments where there's no identifying information. Well, why is there no identifying information? Obviously, we want to make sure that people who deserve to receive Social Security do receive it, and that they receive it quickly and accurately. I'll tell you another crazy thing. So
listen to this.
One of the things is we are trying to sort of right-size the federal bureaucracy, just make sure that this obviously there need to be a lot of people working for the federal government, but not as many as currently. So we're saying, let's if people can retire, with full benefits and everything, that would be good. They can retire, get their retirement payments, everything. And then we were told, this is actually, I think, a great anecdote, because we were told the most number of people that could retire possibly in a month is 10,000. We're like, well, why is that? Well, because all the retirement paperwork is manual on paper. It's manually calculated, then written down on a piece of paper. Then it goes down a mine. And what do you mean a mine? There's a limestone mine where we store all the retirement paperwork. And you look at a picture of this mine. We'll post some pictures afterwards. And this mine looks like something out of the 50s because it was started in 1955. So it looks like it's like a time warp. And then the speed, then the limiting factor is the speed at which the mine.
Now the disruptor.
So if people receive money, they don't.
What's happening?
And you look at a picture of this mine. We'll post some pictures afterwards.
Let it play.
And this mine looks like something out of the 50s because it was started in 1955.
Whoa, how did I know?
So it looks like it's like a time warp. And then the speed, then the limiting factor is the speed at which the mine shaft elevator can move determines how many people can retire from the federal.
You're watching this yesterday, you're thinking, what is he talking about?
And the elevator breaks down and sometimes, and then nobody can retire.
What?
Doesn't that sound crazy?
Yeah.
There's like 1,000 people that work on this. So I think if we take those people, instead of working in the mine shaft and carrying manila envelopes to boxes in a mine shaft, you could do practically anything else.
Incredible.
And you would add to the goods and services of the United States.
Can you believe this?
In a more useful way.
Yeah. I watched a video on the mine.
Look at this. Iron Mountain.
Yeah, I watched a video on this mine, and they said that they tried to update this at one point and got so frustrated that they spent all this money trying to update it, they decided, never mind.
Listen to this. Federal employment retirements are processed using paper, like he said, by hand. And this is a 230-foot underground process, 10,000, like he said. I mean, they're in manila envelopes in cardboard boxes. What is happening?
How else would you do it, though? I mean, it's like What do we have? Modern technology? No. I mean, what are you going to put it on? Something in the air?
Insanity.
Oh, boy. That kills me. That's incredible.
Right? And boy, Doge is so evil, pointing all of this government waste like this out. Get out of here.
The headline's going to be Doge discriminating against 150-year-olds. He threatens to cut off the Social Security payments to 150-year-olds. Yeah, that's
Doge wants to
He has done that.
Change your retirement account filing. I mean, you're so right. You're so right.
So afterward, here was the tweet from the Doge account and a couple of supporting pictures. Oh, we saw the supporting pictures. But, it's all the information we just got. That is nuts! It's nuts. You got to love it. You got to love the fact that this is all being exposed. Yep. And man, do they hate the disinfectant sunlight that's being beamed down on them right now.
Especially the 150-year-olds.
Yeah.
Boy, that's a demographic.
They're going to be pissed. Yeah. They're going to be pissed.
Somebody
I don't blame them.
They'll probably vote Democrat, though, to make up for it.
Of course. if you want your benefits at 150 years old, you're going to vote Democrat, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him. I love the fact that he says, I'm just guessing here that they're dead.
They're probably dead. They're dead.
Either that or they're missing out on the Guinness World Book of Records.
So incredible. Speaking of Elon, he's changed his handle on X.
Sure has.
And they're going crazy over this, too. How immature? What's the matter with this guy? How is he in charge? He changed it to Harry Bōlz.
Let's see.
Bōlz.
Yeah.
Okay, Harry Bōlz.
And by the way, his tagline there, circumcisions
at a discount. Now 50% off.
Yeah, that's because USAID was offering free circumcisions throughout the world, but charging U.S. taxpayers ridiculously high prices. So seriously, thank you for
they just
catching that.
It's so silly.
It is.
And the thing is
silly.
It's like all these news programs are, jamming on Musk, don't report on it.
Oh, they couldn't help themselves.
Don't worry about it.
I know. Yeah, if you don't think it's appropriate,
don't worry about it.
Then don't even talk about it. Crazy.
They can't help themselves.
Is that clip 6?
CNN.
Yeah.
This is a CNN's interesting moment talking about his new name.
Now, the disruptor-in-chief, Elon Musk, who apparently has adopted the alias, at least he changed his social media handle to Harry Bōlz, tweeted this morning, democracy in America is being destroyed by judicial coup. An activist judge is not a real judge.
But that's honestly, we've said this. Put that back up there. Don't get distracted by CNN calling him Harry Bōlz. The tweet is very important. It is. That's what Mike Lee called it, a judicial coup.
Yes.
It's exactly what this is. And it's time for Trump to just ignore it.
And that's why they, of course, if they're going to talk about it, they're going to make it so it's about the handle and not what the story is.
Also, a member of the Doge team came up on Joy Reid's show on MSNBC.
Let me ask you this, because the Democrats are in the minority, so you have only so much leverage. Have you all essentially made it clear to Mike Johnson that until they allow you all to subpoena Big Balls and the normalized Indian hate guy, at least subpoena them or subpoena Elon Musk, no votes on the budget? Okay. No votes, no Democratic votes at all to keep the government open. That is leverage Democrats have theoretically, right? Are you all prepared to use it?
Look, I think we're very prepared to use all of our leverage, and I think that Leader Jeffries is in those conversations right now. I'm personally not interested in giving Republicans any votes for absolutely anything until we get actual answers and protect the American people's public data and data that people are trusting us to have. And so I think we've got to continue to do those efforts
and
continue to shut down their meetings. Just a few days ago, we were at the Department of Labor.
Nothing.
The Doge team was actually on its way to that meeting, but there were so many people there surrounding the building that they canceled their meeting. So we've got to continue to show up, to call it out, to protest, and commit not to work with Elon Musk, the Doge Committee, or any of these Republicans.
I would love you to come back, because I'd also like to know how members of Congress can't enter a federal building. That actually makes absolutely no sense to me, and we need to keep talking about this because none of this makes any sense. Congressman Republican.
Joy,
you can get into the building. Right. You just have to make an appointment. That's what
that's what
our hero
thing
said.
was. He
Not
said,
that tough.
Make an appointment.
It's not
That's
that hard.
what he said.
Yeah. Just because you're a member of Congress doesn't mean you can show up anywhere, anytime, and demand access to the building. Okay? That's not how we work here, but I guess it's a big deal to the propaganda arm of the Democrat Party.
You tell
You've
a
got your
Democrat.
little congressional pin on.
Yeah.
You should be able to go wherever you want.
You tell them that they can't have something.
Then that's what they want.
You know what? They are the kids that have been raised to get participation trophies.
It's just pathetic.
And never told no.
And I believe Elon was the ultimate breaking point for the left because they came up with a new song, and I think you guys are going to like it.
Oh, which side are you on? Which side are you on? Tell me, which side are you on? Which side are you on? We'll fight against George. We'll fight Elon Musk. No Elon's kept within our walls. We'll fight from dawn to dusk.
Oh, which side are you on? Which side are you on? It's catchy.
Which side are you on?
Which side are you on? Oh!
Trump's coming for our
Oh, Zuckerberg.
unions. He wants us all to fail. He wants us to bow to him.
This
but
sucks.
we want him in jail.
Oh, which side are you on? Everybody!
Which side are you on?
This is winning me over, I think.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on? They say
Oh,
the capital
wow.
city
Wow.
How long is
this? Never ending.
neutrals found.
Too long.
Either with the union
You gotta know when to
or
cut
a
the song
scabby
short.
Musk bloodhound.
Oh,
What the hell
which
is
side
happening?
are you on? Which side are you on?
Tell me which side are you
Is that a Bob Dylan composition?
That's awesome.
Thanks for the
there.
maracas. They came
really,
in handy.
really good.
That is awesome.
Yeah, that was good.
I noticed you didn't answer the question.
Which side am I'm on the side of America. America. I'm on America's side. I'm on the Constitution's side. They're clearly not.
No doubt.
So good for them. That is just embarrassing.
Yep.
Jeez, are they desperate?
They sure are.
Oh.
And what's sad is I'm going to be singing that
I
song
know.
as the day
So
goes
answer
on.
the question, Pat. Which side?
I did answer.
did.
I'm on
America.
the side of America and
Oh,
the
the
Constitution.
All right, I'm sorry. I was breaking a maraca over here.
Maxine, did you break it? I just gave you that.
It was just a gift.
Those were
Wow.
just handmade from Mayan
Mexico. Yes.
people.
Look at that. Yep, he broke it.
My bad.
Broke it already.
I got little pieces of maraca innards.
Yeah, what's in it? Little beads or
BBs?
Yeah. Okay.
That was
Were those
not-
actually made from the Mayan people or the
You know
China
what?
They were
Mayan people?
no, actually made by Mayans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boy, that vacuum is going to enjoy this later.
Maxine Dexter
Oh, go.
had a few choice words for Donald
They
Trump.
are so bad at this.
Cut 15.
I've been told I have 30 seconds, so I am going to tell you that we do have to. I don't swear in public very well, but we have to Trump.
Oh, that's so funny. She said a curse word.
She did.
She swore in public.
At a microphone.
Children that I'm
And she used it in the wrong. She used it in the wrong way.
Oh, it's great.
We have to F Trump.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Used it the wrong way.
That's kind of weird.
I think the biggest
I'm saying.
It sounds like something else there.
Yes, it
the
does.
biggest
So-
takeaway from that is that
She's turned on by Trump.
well, no, that she procreated. And that's
Yeah, right.
That's not good.
Holy cow. That is amazing. All right, let me tell you about Birch Gold. Now, you've seen the news from economists probably, right? Forecasting a depression coming, not a recession, but a depression by the year 2030. We're just in a perfect storm. Social Security and Medicare hit a breaking point with the largest generation now hitting retirement age. So there's a smaller workforce, and that means a smaller tax base. Pair that with our growing national debt and rising cost of living, and we have a really big problem. So what are you going to do now to protect your family for the future? Gold is a safe haven in hard economic times, and Birch Gold makes it easy to diversify a portion of your savings into physical gold. Birch Gold will help you transition an existing IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold, and it doesn't cost you a penny out of pocket. I love that. Protect your future today. Text PAT to the number 989898. You'll get a free info kit. Go through it. See if it's right for you. Plus, you'll get a copy of the Ultimate Guide for Gold in the Trump era. That has a foreword by Donald Trump Jr. There's no obligation, just information. Birch Gold has earned the trust of countless Americans, including me, looking to safeguard their savings. You can count on them, too. Text my name, Pat, P-A-T, to the number 989898 today.
Saying what you're thinking. Pat Gray Unleashed.
Got some tweets here. Cougars Sasquatch. By the way, nice win for BYU basketball last night.
I know. I meant to mention it earlier. I'm sorry.
Did you really?
Yeah. Man,
yeah. Were you up late watching?
That one, the 1-3 in the third quarter was tremendous.
How about the free throw that the guy made,
shot. Right?
All right.
Got a big road win at West Virginia. It was important. And now they got Kansas State and Kansas next at home.
Going into Morgantown.
Yeah. Coming out with a victory. But anyway, Cougar Sasquatch tweets, which side are you on? Could be a Chewing the Fat song. Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
I was actually thinking about breaking it down today on Chewing the Fat because I want to learn the verses.
It's a lot.
You should. There's a lot.
I know. There's a lot to it.
I want to know who wrote that for him.
Oh, which side are you on? Which side are you on? Tell me which side are you on? Tell me which side are you on?
She's just freewheeling.
It's freestyle jazz.
Yeah. From V Dutch Mermaid, Keith, you don't hit maracas together.
That's my bad.
Did you not ask the Territorian how to use those?
That's my bad.
Yeah, bro. I was trying to figure out how you broke them.
They're now a display piece back here. Sorry.
I went back and looked. You were hitting them. That's not how you play those.
Yeah, he was banging them together. Mm-hmm. You shake them like that, right? Is that right, Territorian?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
You can shake them other ways, but you don't hit them together.
No, right.
They're not drumsticks, Malinak.
Yesterday on the Patrick Bet-David podcast, he had a special guest on that you might recognize. This is weird because Glenn Beck was on Patrick Bet-David the same day I was on David Bet-Patrick. Is that weird?
Wow, that's weird.
What are the odds? What are the odds? Of course, my appearance on David Bet-Patrick, I guess we're not featuring that.
Well, no, because what Glenn dropped probably overshadowed whatever you had to say.
Oh, excuse me.
And I want to thank Glenn for this information that you're about to see in this clip, but this is the kind of bomb drop that you save for your own show.
Oh.
This isn't something
so it
you
really
give
is
to somebody
something
else.
big?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, all right. Here it is.
Newsworthy.
The only thing I care about is the scandal of the pedophiles, and in the next 10 days, you're going to see the Epstein file released.
In the next 10 days?
Next 10 days.
Oh,
Yep.
please. You think in the next 10 days the whole thing's going to be released?
Yeah.
And what kind of information you have to be able to be that certain about it?
I'll tell you.
I plead the fifth.
I don't.
In the next 10 days.
Next 10 days.
Wait. Oh, Glenn, please.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Next 10 days.
You're
I'm telling
teasing millions who want that list.
Day number 1, Kash Patel walks in. By the end of the day, it will be released.
Oh, please.
Did Kash Patel get confirmed yet?
Not yet.
They delayed it.
And did RFK get confirmed yet?
Not yet.
Tulsi?
None of them. No. House, not Senate. Yeah.
So as soon as he's confirmed his first day, it will be released.
Oh, I can't wait.
Okay. All right. So he pleads the fifth. This is a big. So we. Hold on a second, because if you were listening there, I heard a Pat Gray say, "I won't plead." So we don't have to wait for Kash Patel or Glenn Beck.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
Should I?
my God.
I don't know.
Your audience.
I don't know if I should divulge.
Did you break it on David's podcast yesterday?
I did. So look for the David Bet Patrick podcast yesterday. Yesterday's date was February 11th.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You'll find it there because I did break that news.
On the Patrick
Bet Dave on the David Bet Patrick.
You don't want to do that on your show.
No. I'm gonna like Glenn did on Patrick Bet David.
So, okay, hold on a second. So, I'm not going to ask you to divulge the source, but are you comfortable that we will know who's in the Epstein files within 10 days?
Yes. As long as, the people that are supposed to get confirmed get confirmed, I think that will happen.
See,
it will happen.
My theory was that Dick Durbin was delaying it either for himself, most likely is on the list, or he's trying to protect somebody that's really paid him a pretty penny to keep quiet and hold this thing up.
And then he acts like, well, I don't know anything about it.
He acts like nothing about it. And then he tweets out. Yeah, go ahead and release them. So now I'm thinking, all right, somebody still on the inside of the FBI got to those files, has redacted them, and say, okay, Dick, it's you're good to let cash through now.
I hope not.
That's what I'm afraid.
Oh my gosh,
That's
that
what I'm
would
afraid. And
suck.
by the way, can I just, as long as we're talking about the FBI, Steve Friend, do you have the challenge coin that's circulating there among the people that are still the corrupt people that are at the FBI? Look at this. These are the people in the FBI that have been escorted out of the building, that have been let go because they were obsessed with Donald Trump and January 6th and everyone that was even remotely near the Capitol on that day. They have no self-awareness. Steve Friend sent me this. They have a challenge coin now that they've made, basically bragging that, that's us. We were breaking the law. Yep, that's us. It's just whatever. Got to clean that place out, and I hope cash gets confirmed.
Yep. That's got to happen all through our government. It's already happening, but it's got to continue and spread like wildfire because, we're all sick of it. And that's why Donald Trump was elected.
Thank you.
Elections have consequences.
Yeah, baby.
These are the consequences for federal employees and for Democrats. Deal with it. We had to. 888-933-93.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right. Wow. Yeah. Yesterday, Representative Anna Paulina Luna. I can't. Every time.
I'd grab the maracas and join you, but...
Yeah, you can't. You've already broken them. Yeah.
We can just play one.
But President Trump put her in charge. She chairs the task force to declassify a whole bunch of files that should have been declassified a long time ago. JFK, the Epstein list, MLK, the origins of COVID, Area 51, alien stuff. We're supposed to get it all. And here she is talking about. Here's what she had to say.
It is with profound honor that I have been entrusted by Speaker Mike Johnson and Chairman James Comer to lead the House Oversight Task Force on declassification of federal secrets. Together with the help of the White House, our intelligence allies, the Department of Defense, the Department of Justice, we will be conducting investigations into the following: the assassinations of JFK, RFK, and Dr. Martin Luther King.
Okay.
Unidentified aerial phenomena, also known as UAPs.
Good.
Unidentified submerged objects, also known as USOs.
Ooh.
The Epstein client list.
Yeah.
The origins of COVID-19 and the 9/11 files.
Okay. Love it.
Nice.
Love it.
Nice.
Go.
If we get a bunch of redacted files, though, I'm going to be pissed.
It's going to be
because
worse.
They're getting my hopes up now.
I think Anna walks in.
I think she wants to, but will they already have been
that's
redacted?
Possible. That's possible. Yeah. But if she walks in and unbuttons the blouse, you're giving her what she wants.
Here are your files.
I mean, you're...
Well, that's beautifully put.
Yeah,
Thank you, Jeffy.
That's what's happening.
Thank you for putting it just that delicately. Appreciate that.
Yeah, but kudos to the FBI. Boy, they've been diligent over there. They just amazingly discovered
2,400 files.
What?
What? You know what we did?
Well, tell us.
We've got this desk protector.
Okay.
And
desk protector.
Yeah, you know those things that
sit on the top.
Yeah. And so I lifted it up. There they were. 14,000 pages.
We're under the desk protector.
The desk protector.
Boy, they think we're stupid.
I wish someone would have looked a little bit sooner, but who would have thought of that?
Yeah.
Nobody.
You know what?
No one.
I mean, that 60-plus years just flew by, and you don't think to look everywhere.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you're looking in file cabinets and things, right? You're not looking under your desk protector.
Right. And that's fair.
So we all understand the missing 14,000 pages could have been just overlooked for 64 years, but that's great.
I'm going to be so pissed if they're redacted, like you say.
Oh, man.
But I expect it. I'm still going to be pissed.
I do expect it too, but I mean, they've gotten our hopes up again now. So
yeah.
You know, they did this to us, was it a year ago with the UFO stuff or the UAP stuff, as they call it now? And then it was nothing. It was absolutely nothing. If we get that again, she's already alluded to the fact that there's a second shooter based on what she's already seen. Anna Paulina Luna said that based on what she has seen from these files already, there's a second shooter.
Wow.
Interesting.
I think there's 3 for JFK.
Okay, so you got
was that in the missing files on the on the desk? Or?
I'm not at liberty to say. I plead the fifth.
Depository.
No.
Grassy Knoll.
No.
Oh, nobody at the depository.
No. Yeah. Well, so I mentioned
Grassy
this on
Knoll.
Overtime yesterday. The Robert Morrow book that's impossible to find. The guy, he bought 3 rifles and he had to manipulate these radios. He didn't realize what he was manipulating, all that stuff that he was purchasing for. Yeah. So anyway. So I don't know exactly where the shooters were, but I think one was Grassy Knoll over there near the train yard.
It was a sewer.
Okay. One was down in the sewer.
Oh.
And
I don't know if I've heard the sewer theory.
Yeah, we heard it from the guy because that's the first time we'd heard it from the guy that we had on.
That's right.
Telling us about it.
Yeah, the blind guy.
I had not. We both said.
I think what
heard that before. Yeah.
I think what the thread that you're going to find in all of these release things, assuming there's not a bunch of Sharpie action going on, is that your government is at the root of so much of this.
And here's the problem. It goes right into what Alex Jones has been saying for decades. Does it not? And you know, I, for one, have mocked him for much of it. And maybe, you know, I mean, some of it is ridiculous.
Yes, it is.
But, you know, he goes back to the Gulf of Tonkin. When I had him on the show in Houston, he talked. I don't know how many times he went back to Gulf of Tonkin. So I mocked that for
forever. Yeah,
for years now.
We should go back to the USS Maine. Let's go back to the Spanish-American War. I mean, this is. This is.
Yeah.
I mean this government has had a lot of issues going back.
It has.
Even before
this
that.
is what we're finding out as we break down. You said right. I mean, we see it all. That they've been doing it forever.
For those not in the
catch
know,
on.
USAID.
Jeff calls it you said.
Or you said.
It's like it's hippo laws and you said. Jeff Fisher, everybody. But seriously, I mean, it's so...
It's disturbing, though.
We have been manipulated...
For a long time.
Since
the
beginning. Let's be honest. Let's go look at Andrew Jackson, anyone.
Oh, here we go. Indians. Got it.
Oh my gosh,
Why
that's
would
a
you
perfect
roll your eyes
dude.
at
That's the
that?
perfect segue into the clip 19.
Oh, speaking of Indians.
Yes.
Right. Donald Trump and Elizabeth Warren.
Watch this back to back.
Senator Warren, why are you so afraid of transparency? Why are you bothered by the fact that Elon Musk is attempting to expose all of this fraudulent spending? What is that about? What is the problem here? What is the problem with transparency? Do not touch me. Do not touch me. Senator Warren, I just want to answer a question. How did you get a $12 million net worth on a $200,000 salary in Congress? How did you do that?
And she's a fake. Just like she said she was an Indian, and she wasn't an Indian. You have more Indian blood in you than she has. She went to college based on the fact that she was an Indian. She got jobs based on the fact that she was an Indian. She's a fake.
I love him.
That's awesome.
And going back to that clip you played, Nick Sorso got elbowed by Senator Warren.
Oh, stop it. I know. I was assaulted. Stop
He got assaulted.
No.
So
lawsuit.
Yes.
Charges.
Yes.
Well, she's got the money. She could pay off that lawsuit.
Yeah.
We can settle if you'd like.
It's interesting that they refused. This is why they don't go on any show that's not absolutely totally
she had
in
just
bed
got
with
done
them.
yapping at some meeting. She might even have been the "Which side are you on?" crowd.
That was the code.
And they were, they were shuffling her away from that when she assaulted the reporter.
Nick
okay,
Sorto.
whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, seriously, why not go after her and be like, pay me off and I'll shut up? I mean, right? I mean,
Sounds like a Jeffy.
Well, I mean, that takes some. We talked about it. That same thing happens when what's his face goes over there and gets in everybody's face on the streets. They don't like it. They don't like it.
Don't hold them accountable. Who do you think we are? Your representatives?
Yeah, I don't like it.
And that's why you only see them on MSNBC or CNN, because they will not be challenged. They can't be challenged because they've got nothing. She doesn't have any answer to that.
No, she
Why
doesn't.
are you afraid of the transparency? Well, because they're all on the take. They're screwing the American people, and they have been for a century.
And we finally have advocates in Donald Trump and Elon Musk, and thank God for both of them.
Yep.
Well, and then Jeffy, she follow your rule just because there's a camera.
I know.
Doesn't mean you have to speak.
That's correct. It's a good rule.
Yeah. Well, Democrats employ that rule. Rarely do Republicans. Rarely. All right. We have this Ugandan man who's afraid of
speaking of
what
waste.
the cuts might mean for Uganda.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Chris, did you want to set this up at all, or are we just going to let it play?
Oh, just let it play because
All
he's
right.
gold.
Cut 17.
That USAID has been providing to us. So we are now looking at an increase in infections, a decrease in suppression. We are looking at a decrease in care, and also many people are now going to become infected since they will no longer be able to access lubricants, condoms, self-testing kits. We would always look at the United States as something that we would always run to in case you're facing a number of insecurities in the country, you're finding it unsafe for you to continue staying in Uganda. But if again we are receiving such threats of you can no longer seek asylum,
I can hear nothing else he's saying.
I can't. He might as well stop because I can't get past the lubricants we're not paying for right now.
Thank you, Pat.
How dare we cut them off from their lubricants?
Well, that means more people are going to get infected.
Yeah, they're going to get infected. Do you have, I don't know, a brain? Can you noodle things out for yourself?
Well, he already he said
He has. You need the lubricant.
Do you have any, I don't know, self-control? Or do you just have to do unprotected sex, and it's our responsibility to provide you with the protection, or you all die?
Well, I'm glad to see you're good.
protection
I got it.
and the enjoyment now we're paying for, apparently. So
Unreal.
play the very beginning of that. Like, the aid has been cut off for like 4 days.
Yeah.
What did he say at the very beginning?
that USAID has been providing to us. Okay. So we are now looking at an increase in infections.
All right, stop it. Already?
Yes.
Yeah, they're now looking at an increase in infections. All right. What else? What else are they going to get? Let's hear the rest. I want to hear the list of what he's gonna, what they're missing out on now. Okay, this is incredible.
A decrease in suppression. We are looking at a decrease.
A decrease in what?
What does that mean?
Operation?
Separation.
Or was it separation?
What are we? A decrease.
A decrease in suppression. We are looking at a decrease in care and also
care.
Many people are now going to become infected since they will no longer be able to access lubricants,
HIV and AIDS are going to run wild again, I guess, in Africa because we've cut them off.
Already got a new strain of Ebola
temporarily for a few days while we review our expenditures.
No, bro. Those infection rates are already skyrocketing.
Oh, my God.
New strain of Ebola is breaking out, too.
Just because of the USAID. Yeah.
That's because of USAID.
They're writing those those narratives and those stories are being written already.
Wow. If this doesn't reinforce in your mind that this was the right thing to do, I can't help you. I mean,
but there's
help you.
There's no lube in Uganda now. How do you feel about that?
Well, there is just not as much.
Oh,
Not as much.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a decrease in lube.
But I mean, it's a good. It's a good thing to do. I would say ship some lube into Uganda. You make some cash.
I don't think they're paying for it.
Give me an address. They are now.
I think we're paying for it.
They are now.
Wow.
Which side are you guys on?
Which side are you on? Are you on
side are you on?
Lubricants.
Which side are you on?
And condoms.
Which side are you on? Tell me, which side are you on?
Uganda's that country with that leader guy, right?
Yeah. It's the country with the leader guy.
The leader guy.
Do you personally dislike homosexuals?
Of course, they're disgusting.
Of course, they're disgusting.
There you go. That's the leader guy from Uganda. Ugandan president.
Of course.
They're disgusting. Incredible. So, as Elon Musk and Doge root out all sorts of this kind of spending.
Yeah. That.
I mean, this is what we have been saying for a long time, and we didn't even suspect this kind of. The lubricant's a surprise to me.
And should it have been?
I was actually somewhat stunned by the lubricant. I mean, I want to see that line item.
I want to see what's in that book that guy was flipping through too.
Yeah.
The LGBT book?
Yeah, LGBTQ Uganda book.
And who is this Ugandan guy? Do we even know who he is?
He speaks for the people.
A random person who speaks for all of Uganda?
He's the point of contact for the lube deliveries.
He's the point of contact for you, said. You bet.
Oh, man.
Your tax dollars at work.
Another guy who is very happy that Donald Trump is in office is Eric Adams, Mayor Eric Adams in New York City. And he's talking about charges being dropped potentially for him.
My fellow New Yorkers, as you may have heard, the Department of Justice has directed that the case against me be dismissed.
Boom.
Finally ending a months-long saga that put me, my family, and this city through an unnecessary ordeal. As I said from the outset, I never broke the law, and I never would. I would never put any personal benefit above my solemn responsibility as your mayor. It is worth repeating the facts because many sensational and false claims have been made. So let me be clear.
Can be clear.
I never ask anyone to break the law on my behalf or on behalf of my campaign. Never. And I absolutely never traded my power as an elected official for any personal benefit. No witness ever came forward publicly to make claims against me. None of the baseless threats from prosecutors of new charges and new evidence ever materialized. And this case will no longer continue. Psalms 34:1 says, I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth.
Hallelujah.
So I thank the Justice Department for its honesty. Now, we can put this cruel episode behind us and focus entirely on the future of our city. It's time to move forward.
Okay.
Okay.
He might be one of the happiest men in America about what happened on November 5th.
Yeah.
Man, that meant a lot to him. That meant a lot to him. Does anybody ever say, though, so let me be really unclear right now? I mean, what a wasted... let me be clear. What, have you been cloudy? Have you been murky up until this point?
Just wants to make sure that you get the point.
Can I just say that phrase, you know how there are pat phrases and pat words that trigger the audience and our brains and all that stuff?
Yeah.
That right there, let me be clear. Who do you think of every time you hear that?
Of course.
Barack Obama.
Ugh.
So let me be clear. Okay, go ahead. Let's be clear.
All right, go ahead.
We know you've been lying to us the whole time. So please, by all means,
go ahead.
Be clear for a change.
But overnight, Tom Homan will be meeting. He said overnight that he'll be meeting with Eric Adams because we need to hammer out the agreement on arresting and deporting illegals in New York City.
Yeah, congratulations.
So-
This is. I don't think it's.
Wow, is that a tit for tat?
I don't think. No, I don't think so because.
Well, this is what he was talking about. Why Biden was going after him.
But if it is, who
'Cause he
cares?
was pissed about it.
Yeah, sure.
Just get it done.
Clean it out.
Just get it done.
So
yes.
I've heard that the $59 million, 4 people at FEMA got fired, but I haven't heard that the payment has been rescinded.
I don't think it has.
What in?
Not sure. I don't know. I don't know, but man, Tom Homan has been phenomenal. Did you see what he just said about the Pope?
No, yeah, he's had a problem with the Pope.
Thank
from the very
you
beginning.
so much. So he finally fired back at Pope Francis because the Pope has been criticizing the policies of Trump for deporting illegal aliens and restricting the number of refugees that can receive asylum. So what was it that Homan had to say? It's so great. Let's see. I'm looking for the quote. Basically, he said what we always say. Isn't there a wall around the Vatican
and he's
to protect you and everybody in the Vatican?
Yeah, and he's said that before. This particular time, he also went on to say how much of a Catholic he was, and he was baptized Catholic, and he was, he's a true Catholic.
But butt out.
But the Pope needs to back off.
Yeah. And while we've said these exact same things for years, it is fantastic to hear a government official with actual power say the same thing. Because the Pope's certainly not paying any attention to us saying it. So it's nice when somebody who can back this up a little bit. He said, I say this as a lifelong Catholic. He ought to focus on his work and leave enforcement to us. He's got a wall around the Vatican. Does he not? Does he not? He sure does.
Yes, he does.
And
Tom.
it's a big freaking wall, too.
Yes, it is.
Is it 40 feet tall, I think? I think it's 40 feet high.
It might even be higher than that.
It might be 60
That's a
feet.
fun fact. Hang
Somewhere
on.
from 40 to 60 feet. But
And it's one entrance to get in.
Really?
And out. Because when I went
so
in,
how many illegals
39 feet.
are 39 feet? So it's very close
Or
to
12
40
meters,
feet. Wow.
which you knew
Were you
12
wrong?
meters,
Well,
right?
well, of course, there's no way to tell what
Were
12
you
meters
wrong?
is. 12 meters could be 7 miles, or
Yeah.
it could be 2 inches.
Jeffrey's
I don't know.
right.
Nobody knows.
We fact check ourselves on the fly here. I mean, I think you threw out that erroneous 40 foot. It's clear.
It's 39.
12 meters.
Dummy.
Wrong.
But how many illegals reside in the Vatican right now?
0.
I wonder. None?
0.
Are we sure about that?
Interesting. It's probably
You know
none, I would guess.
How many illegals
fact check.
Look it up.
inside the Vatican?
I say 0.
Add them together. carry the
Gemini
line.
says no one who is not a citizen or authorized official is allowed to live in Vatican
What?
City, which has strict residency requirements.
Oh my gosh.
So if I tell,
Oh my.
does lightning strike if I tell the Pope to go to hell? Does that happen?
Because he's not real.
Okay. What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
Whoa. For
Territorian
Catholics,
needs to calm down.
Chris Cruz, the Territorians' comments are not necessarily shared by anybody else on the show. All right. So
Thank you. Oh. Okay. So there
none
you
of
go.
us are Catholic, though, so we don't necessarily accept his
Yeah, but I've been around a bunch.
stuff. But yeah, and I'd vote for Jeffy
Oh, 100%.
over this guy.
Yes.
I've been around a bunch. Both
Oh my gosh,
first
guys.
wife, second wife.
Listen
yeah.
to this.
Oh, both are Catholic?
Oh yeah, and
okay.
all families and
Practicing?
And Elvis went to Catholic school.
Oh, right, high school, right.
Went through a Catholic school. Yeah,
Y'all got to listen
they
to
recruited
this.
him though. So
Listen,
he
this
had
is
to.
Dateline January 15th, 2025, less than a month ago. The Vatican City state has toughened sanctions for those who try to illegally enter its territory in areas where free access is not allowed.
Oh my gosh.
In a decree issued last month by the Holy See, the monetary sanctions and prison sentences for those who violate the strict security regulations of Vatican City have been considerably increased. The document, signed by Cardinal Fernando Vergüez Alzaga.
Love him.
President of the Pontifical Commission for Vatican City State, provides for monetary fines ranging from 10,000 to 25,000 euros. That's basically same as you. Prison sentences ranging from 1 to 4 years.
Now the Pope might not be. He might not.
Come on.
He might not
No, that's
like
got to
that,
go through
though.
the Pope. He must know about that.
Yes, he
Stop
does.
it.
Yes,
If
he
you're
does.
against it, put a stop. That is hypocrisy on a scale that you can't even get your head around. You're trying to tell us how bad we are and how unwelcoming we are when we accept 1 million people a year legally. 1 million a year. Plus we have 40 million here illegally because they've all snuck in across that border for decades now, and we've done nothing about it.
Correct.
And now we're trying to do something about it, and you're going to try to step into that?
Right. So at the same time, the Vatican and the Pope is railing us. Leave us alone, bro.
They're making their laws stricter. Wow.
Yeah, they're concerned. The people that we're kicking out might come there.
Wow.
Which side are you on?
Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Everybody, tell me. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? That was beautiful. It was beautiful. All right. Well, I think we're out of time for the show. That's what that music must mean. Pissed myself off here in the
Sure
last.
did.
Got all riled up, and now it's over. So I get to go and take this out on my family when I get there. All right. We got overtime coming up, though, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.